Hello students, welcome to the world of synthetic fibers and plastics. We are going to start with chapter 3 of your book, Synthetic Fibers and Plastics. Now whichever clothes we wear, that's made up of a fabric, and fabric is further made up of fiber. And fibers can be of two types depending upon their origin, natural fiber and synthetic fiber. Natural fiber you have already done in your class 7th. And in this class 8, we are going to discuss about synthetic fiber. Natural fibers are, say, wool or cotton. Synthetic fibers are rayon, nylon, polyester or acrylic fiber. It may be natural, it may be synthetic fiber. These are all made up of polymers, which is made up of two words. Poly means many, mers means units. Say, in case of a necklace which is made up of beads, here beads are joined end to end through a string and a necklace is formed. Now every bead is a monomer. An entire necklace is polymer. So monomers combine to form polymers by polymerization. So here we are introducing, we are getting introduced to three words: monomer, polymer and polymerization. Monomer is a single unit which joins end to end to form a long structure which is known as polymer. Polymer is a complex structure which is formed by end-to-end joining of monomers by the process of polymerization. I hope it's clear to you. Now, these polymers can be again of three types. Linear polymer. If these polymers are joined end-to-end to form a long chain, these are called linear polymers. And if some branching arises, say one unit is attached here, another unit is attached here, then this will be a branched polymer. So second type of polymer is branched polymer. And if say there are two chains of polymer and these chains of polymers are connected with each other to form cross linkages. There are chains of polymers and these polymer chains are connected with each other by chemical bonds or cross linkages. Then we call this polymer as cross-linked polymer. So, depending upon how monomers will join, polymers are of three types. If these are joined end to end in a long chain, then linear polymer. If they are formed, some monomers are forming branches, we call it branched polymer. And if chains of polymers are interconnected, then this is known as cross-linked polymer. Even natural fibers are polymer. Say cotton is a polymer of cellulose. Cellulose itself is a polymer which is made up of repetitive units of glucose. Now, different synthetic fibers which are man-made fibers made in factories, made from chemicals. These synthetic fibers are of different types. First synthetic fiber that we are going to discuss is rayon. Rayon, other name is artificial silk because it has silk-like properties, it has shine like silk and it can be dyed in different colors. Now, rayon is also called regenerated fiber. Rayon is also called regenerated fiber. Regenerate. What is being regenerated here? The origin material which is used to make rayon is wood pulp. Now one question should arise in your mind that on one side I am saying synthetic fibers are chemically made. Other side I am saying that the origin material is wood pulp. Then how can it be synthetic? But wood pulp undergoes some chemical treatment in the presence of alkali, that is sodium hydroxide, and sulfuric acid. Then this fiber is formed. So though it is made from wood pulp, but it is formed by chemical treatment of wood pulp, so it is known as regenerated fiber. Now this rayon is used to make fabric in textile industries. Then rayon is mixed with cotton to form bed sheets. Rayon is mixed with wool to form carpets. And for surgical wound dressings, that bandage and lint is also made up of rayon. Then next fiber that we are going to start is nylon. Name of nylon is very, very interesting. Nylon NY is derived from New York. LON is derived from London. So its name is derived from two cities. Basically, this nylon was formed simultaneously. It was produced in two cities. So both the cities' names are combined together to form nylon. Now this nylon is first a fully synthetic fiber. It's made from coal, water and air. So it is fully synthetic fiber. So it was made in 1931. Nylon is a very, very durable, very lightweight fiber, and monomer of nylon is amide. So nylon is polyamide. Because of its excessive tensile strength, it is used to make socks. From socks I remember that when nylon was first of all used to make socks, and there were long queues of females to buy these socks, and there was waiting for many days. Now this polyamide nylon is used to make fishing nets, for making parachutes, for climbing ropes, even for making the toothbrush bristles, paintbrush bristles, textiles. Nylon is used to make fabric also. Now, after nylon, we shall be moving to next fiber, that is polyester. Polyester. Polymerized ester. Ester is a chemical that is derived from carboxylic acid and organic alcohol by warming it in the presence of little sulfuric acid. You will be doing that in your higher classes. Polyester, polymerized ester. Esters have sweet smelling, they are sweet smelling substances. These are used as flavoring agents in ice creams. But when these are polymerized, these do not form this sweet flavor. Now, polymer of ester, common these polyesters are terylene, terene or PET, that is polyethylene tetraphthalate. You must be having PET jars in your homes to store pulses, etc. Now I spoke a long name, PET, that is polyethylene tetraphthalate. Polyethylene tetraphthalate is used to make PET jars or the bottles, plastic bottles which are used to store water in refrigerator. Now this terylene, a form of polyester, is used to make your uniform shirts when it is blended with cotton. Terylene plus cotton forms terrycot, and terylene plus wool forms terrywool. Now, why are you wearing terrycot shirts and not wearing cotton shirts in your school? Because cotton is less durable. Cotton gets wrinkles very easily and it does not retain its crease. Whereas, the shirts made up of terrycot, they retain the crease, do not get wrinkled easily, are not, there's a crushed feeling that is not there in terracotta shirts. So that is why polyester is used to make your shirts by blending it with cotton. Polyester is also used to make umbrellas. Even nylon is used to make umbrellas. Polyester is used to make sailboats also. Then next fabric that we are going to discuss is acrylic fiber. The special feature of acrylic fiber, it is very lightweight, very soft and warm. Since it is soft and warm, it is used to make blankets, sweaters, shawls. Now what is the monomer of acrylic fiber? It is polyacrylonitrile. So basically acrylonitrile is its monomer. So polyacrylonitrile is a monomer of acrylic fiber. And these sweaters and blankets made from acrylic fibers are soft, warm and less expensive than the natural wool and require very less maintenance. You must have seen your mother storing your pure wool sweaters with great care. She adds neem leaves, she adds some insect repellents, say naphthalene, because pure wool sweaters are attacked by moths, and then moths create small holes here and there in the sweater, and the sweater then cannot be worn. Now, these advantages of synthetic fibers. These are less expensive as compared to natural fibers. Pure cotton, pure wool is very expensive, and synthetic fibers are less expensive. And these are very, very durable. These last longer as compared to cotton or wool. Cotton can get worn out easily, but not the synthetic fiber. These have high tensile strength. There is an activity in your book to test tensile strength of nylon. So we'll take nylon, we take wool and cotton fiber of almost same length and same thickness. Then we take this stand and we hang with, first of all we hang with nylon cloth, we hang a small tray, then keep on adding marbles or other weights in this tray, and we shall keep on adding till this thread breaks. Then we measure that weight, or we count the number of the marbles if we get that, and we make a note of it separately. Then we use wool fiber and then cotton fiber. We will see the weight bearing capacity of nylon is more than wool, which is in turn more than cotton. Nylon is even stronger than a steel wire. If we take steel wire and nylon thread of equal length and equal thickness, nylon will have more weight bearing capacity. Then synthetic fibers have low water absorption. Again, to prove this, there is an activity in your book. We are taking two pieces of clothes of almost same size and same length, same breadth. Now we take two beakers of equal size. Say we take 100 ml of 100 ml capacity beakers, and we fill them with same volume of water, and we soak cotton cloth in one and synthetic cloth in other, and then we take it out and we hang it on the cloth line, and we measure the volume of water that is left in these beakers. We shall find out, in case of cotton, the amount of water which is left here will be lesser as compared to the volume of water which is retained in this beaker after soaking the synthetic fiber. It means synthetic fiber absorbs less water. Then when we are spreading it on the cloth line in the sun, we shall find out the synthetic fiber, it gets dried up very easily in very less time, whereas cotton takes longer time than synthetic fiber. Then there is good elasticity. You have seen your stretchable jeans or stretchable shirts. These have synthetic fiber in them. Then wrinkle resistant, that we have already talked about it. Aberration resistant means these are more durable. These are not easily worn out, or these are not torn easily. Then moth resistant synthetic fibers, they have very little maintenance because these are not attacked by moths. But if something has advantages, there may be some disadvantages also. Same is true for a synthetic fiber. These melt and burn easily, so we cannot wear these synthetic fibers in laboratory or in kitchen because these catch fire very easily. If these catch fire, these will stick to our skin, and then burns will be more severe as compared to if cotton catches fire. Cotton doesn't burn that easily. Then the biggest drawback is these are non-biodegradable. So these will be retained, or these will pile up in our Earth's atmosphere long time. And during summer we cannot wear these because these give very uncomfortable feeling, because as we discussed, these are low water absorption, so these will not absorb our sweat. So when sweat is not absorbed, it gives uncomfortable feeling, and some people, they get skin problems after wearing synthetic fibers. So that's all about this concept of synthetic fibers. In the next video, we shall be covering next part of this lesson, that is plastics, their types and their effect on the environment. Till then, happy learning and stay safe. Thank you.